Go sit on some fat man's lap and tell him your wishes. Merry Christmas, Part 2.
So this week we were thinking, hey, what are we gonna do for our Christmas video? And we were thinking, and we were like, Christmas, Santa Claus. But we were like, who is Santa Claus? Who is Santa Claus?
So here we are today, exposing to you the man, the myth, the legend, Santa Claus. Santa Claus.
What the fuck?
So, when everyone thinks Santa Claus, you immediately think of this big, jolly, fat ass who likes to sneak down your chimney late at night, watch you while you sleep. But some of you might be surprised to know that's not the origins of Santa Claus.
So Santa Claus, Sinterklaas, whatever, was originally Saint-Nicolas, the Saint Nick. And the Dutch people really freaking liked Saint Nick.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
So they were like, hey, let's make him into Saint-Nicolas. But then they're like,
saint-nicolas.
To abbreviate it, they call him Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas.
Claus.
Read it out with us, everybody.
Sinterklaas.
Now, at some point, America swooped in and they were like, hey, you know what'd be great if we took this cool thing that Dutch people like and then we made it ours, like our idea. So in 1773 and 1774, a New York newspaper kind of took Sinterklaas and they turned him into Santa Claus.
So in the 1820s, people started to advertise, well, Americans started to advertise Christmas shopping. They're like, hey, spend all your money.
They were like, yo, you should buy this because it's Christmas.
Yeah. This toy is like
20 times better
because it's Christmas.
and it has a snowflake on it. So
Yeah.
trust.
Buy it. In the early 1890s, the Salvation Army realized they needed money to pay for needy families'
Christmas
food and-
meals.
Yeah, all that. They got these unemployed men to dress up as Sinterklaas and ring their little bells and be like, give us money for needy families.
Please.
Thanks.
We want to eat food too, please. Hey, you're an unemployed man. Go dress up as a fucking fat ass so that small children can sit on your lap and tell you their wishes.
And they've been doing that ever since the 1890s, so become more original. Thanks, Salvation Army.
Honestly speaking, it was only in 1822 when this one guy named Clement Clark Moore
An Episcopal minister.
wrote this really long Christmas poem for his daughters called An Account of a Visit from St. Nicholas, which pretty much depicted Santa as the lovable fat ass that we know him as today, who stares at you while you sleep. You might recognize this poem from the parody in our last video. 'Twas 4 weeks before Christmas, and all through the house 3 creatures were stirring, Petros and a mouse.
And Ellie.
And Ellie. And Ellie was stirring too. But like his was a lot better.
Any whore.
Thanks, Moore. And that's how the origins of Santa came along. Now we all know him as this lovable guy who will give you presents if you act good and Cole if you act like an asshole.
And now what you guys might not know is there's a whole bunch of Santa Claus wannabes like Christkind and Kris Kringle.
I don't know, man. The Swiss invented one of those two.
Yeah.
They're just really like, hey, we don't want to use your Santa Claus, America. We're gonna make our own, and then they failed miserably.
We're gonna be original. But they're all based off of Saint Nicholas, so I mean they're kinda like the same dude.
Yeah. Now that we've explored the origin of Santa Claus, let's get to the good stuff. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Over the years, Sinterklaas has kind of developed his own legend. He flies magic reindeer, he lives in the North Pole, he enslaves elves. He's pretty much this jolly guy who's got a penchant for Christmas and loves children.
And cookies.
And cookies. Pretty innocent, right? Run! When you think about Santa Claus seriously, you start to realize that there's kind of a couple creepy tendencies that have popped up over the years. Let us give you a couple examples.
He sees you when you're sleeping. And when you're awake.
He's watching you in your sleep.
In your sleep. He's just
And when you're awake.
He's watching you all the time. He's a freaking stalker.
He's watching you literally 24/7. He's
All the
watching
time.
every child in the world all the time.
When they're sleeping.
As they sleep.
And when they're awake.
If that's not a pedophile, I don't know what is. Number 2, he knows if you've been bad or good, and he takes your punishment into his own hands. Not to mention he threatens you. Be good for goodness sake.
You better not shout, and you better not cry.
You better not pout. I'm telling you why.
Because I'm coming
Santa
to your
Claus is
freaking town.
Back to the pedophile bit.
Have you ever thought about how creepy it is to have a whole bunch of children go to the mall and pay to sit on a fat man's lap?
And then just kind of like lean in and whisper
So
into his
weird.
ear their wishes. Pony. Having children sit on a strange old man's lap to begin with is a little bit iffy, but then just have him promise to fulfill their wishes makes me more than a little uncomfortable.
And it's not even the real Santa Claus. The real Santa Claus is in the North Pole.
Duh.
Obviously.
Even if we ignore all of Santa's pedophilic tendencies and his odd tendency to threaten you, we still can't ignore the fact that he's a slave trader!
We're talking like thousands of elves just working
Round the clock.
building him toys for the children. Or coal. I mean, do you build coal?
I don't know.
They
Just
prepare
mining
the
coal.
They prepare the coal.
Does he even pay them? Dude, just let my little people go.
Honestly.
Let them roam free.
Or
Do
do
you
you
want?
even get them?
Yeah. Do you want to know why I've never seen an elf? Because Santa traps them all and forces them to work 24/7.
Every single one. They
Every
work
single
for
one.
Santa. I'm talking about like child labor. Are they children? I mean, they're small, so they're children.
Oh, yeah. Here's another thing. What's with the animal abuse?
He takes a ton of animals and makes them run across the world for a solid 24 hour. What kind of animal wouldn't die from that? I'm pretty
Like,
sure
immediately.
that's animal abuse.
I'm 100% sure that's an animal abuse.
Yeah.
Like, somebody file a complaint against this man. He's a monster and a scoundrel.
Santa Claus.
Klaus.
So yeah, y'all, if some old fat jolly white bearded man that looks like this shows up to your house, beware, because he's super sketch, super duper sketch.
Throw the old man under the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed this second part out of our 4-video Christmas saga. And if you did like, make sure to leave us a comment below and like the video and subscribe for more.
Also, make sure to check out our Flurry, our Twitter, our Instagram, all that. It'll be linked somewhere.
It'll be linked below.
It'll be linked below.
Don't worry, check the description.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you. We love you so much, and we hope to see you next time. Bye!
I took it.
Damn it.